when you're going out of your way to regulate the other person's emotions. That's hard as a female. Okay, I'm dealing with my emotions, and women have a lot of emotions. And then if you're trying to regulate their emotions because you want the relationship to be okay and you're like the fixer, no, it's just this and this and this.
That was the one thing that I always had the issue with as well, because I was like, oh, it's selfish to only think about yourself or like things like that. But your hottest quality in a man is a woman that has self-love.
Things you have to think about in your 30s when dating that you didn't used to have to think about when you were in your 20s. Let's dive into it.
The stress of life.
It's so much fun dating in your 30s. Let's
As
just
a woman?
begin. I love it.
I had to do ayahuasca to release that shit.
Like, there's so much pressure that you never had. It's so funny because everyone talks about like, oh, once you hit your 30s, like it's different. Oh, it is different. Mm-hmm. It's weird because I never like thought about a lot of things I think about now before. It's wild.
Well, you worry about more too the older you get, which is so fun. So it just adds to it.
I worry way more. And then also like there really is that pressure of time that you didn't have before. You can date someone before and just like see how it goes. Now you're like, are you the one? Let me figure it out. Let me ask you these 20 questions that I heard that gets to the root if you're the one. I know it's only the second
You're like,
date.
why are guys scared of me?
I know it's only the second date. I need to figure it out ASAP. Like I was told that by the therapist I've been going to. She's like, calm down. Because I'm like constantly trying to find out like if this person's the one. I need to find out now. I'm overthinking it. I'm watching everything. Like you really do.
You analyze the fuck out of them because you're like, where can you hurt me in the future? I need to know so I can get rid of you quickly and find someone new.
Yes. Or like, what would you be like to raise kids with? Like, I can't have a normal, can I have fights with you? What can I go through life with you? There's a lot of things that come with that. Like that's, if you really think about that, the questions you have to ask yourself are such huge questions that there's barely anyone you can do that with. If you really think about it.
There's like some very important categories for sure that like once you like nail down those.
What are they?
Definitely like how you guys communicate is just the most important, of course. Like a man that is emotionally regulated is huge because then he can like calm you, because women are just more like emotional with like even just our hormones in general. Like last week when I was on my period, I was depressed to the point of where I was like, I don't see what the point of life is. Like, and I was like, but then literally the next day I was like full of life and so excited about my journey and everything I'm going through. And I was like, you should have seen me yesterday. I was a different human. So if a man is talking to you at that time, he needs to know how to like not take your emotions personally. I feel like is huge.
Oh my gosh.
That would be ideal, like knowing like, okay, let me just like let her vent to me and not take any of this personally, and just she'll feel safer that she just released everything she needed to say. And then when she says everything, she might even after be like, okay, I know I was being dramatic, but this is really what was like hurting me and whatever. And it might be something just so little, but our emotions are intense for us.
Exactly. It's also wild because like we really, when we're going to be starting our periods, like our hormones are like out of the roof. And like sometimes you don't know that it's like you're being like hormonal. I don't know when I'm doing
each
it.
time is different for me. Like sometimes I'm really depressed, or sometimes I'm just really like tired and then like just unmotivated, and then I'm down on myself. Like you're not working hard enough and stuff. And I have to remind myself, no, your period is here. Like it's coming next week, because it's always the week before for me.
Yeah, same. It's always the week before that I'm like different.
And your period just intensifies anything that you were trying to ignore. So if you're worried about something and you're like, oh, just push it down, your period will be like, no, this is what you're worried about. Deal with it.
That's so true.
It's so annoying.
That's probably why we have periods. Well, they do say that way, like spiritually, it's to release and shed. What was it again? We talked about this. It was
you're releasing what you need to release. So like for me, even I was freaking out about having kids, and I was putting so much pressure, and I was like, I don't want to have to do like the
freezing your
eggs. I was like, I don't want to have to do that, and I want to just make sure I can do things naturally or whatever. That's just like my path and what I wanted to do. So I was like freaking out to the point of where I was like, one period I was making it made it so intense to the point of where I was like crying on the way to my friend's baby shower. And I was like, Tosh, be dramatic. But then once I cried, I released a lot of that fear and shit that I was putting on myself. Because I think also when you're crying, you're releasing that. So then you can actually feel better about it. And because I stop myself from crying sometimes because like throughout the month, I'm like, whatever, I'm tough, I'm fine. But then my period almost forced me to like deal with things. Like, cry it out. You'll feel a lot better afterwards. Like, that's our superpower.
You know what's interesting that I've been playing with a lot is like in my head, and I feel like there's a lot of people that can relate with this, and like females particularly that are listening, is like when you're going out of your way to regulate the other person's emotions. Mm-hmm. That's hard as a female.
Well, yeah, you shouldn't.
Because you're like, okay, I'm dealing with my emotions, and women have a lot of emotions. And then if you're trying to regulate their emotions because you want the relationship to be okay, and you're like the fixer, like I'm a fixer. So I'm like, it's just this and this and this. And then I'm like, okay, well now I'm being too much in the fixer and I'm not paying attention myself. And then that means I'm like, and I've done deeper things. I'm abandoning myself, self-abandonment, because now I'm not paying attention to, okay, Tara, you're getting anxious. You're not feeling safe in your body. You're thinking about someone else over yourself. Like, how do I feel? And like, so that's a very interesting thing, is like also being okay to look at the dynamic in your relationship and figure out.
See, like, am I trying to fix them to make me feel better instead of just making myself feel better? Like, that's like a huge one. Women, that was the one thing that I always had the issue with as well, because I was like, oh, it's selfish to only think about yourself, or like things like that. But your hottest quality in a man is a woman that has self-love, takes care of herself emotionally, physically, everything. Like, that's attractive if you're putting yourself first. Exactly. They want you to value yourself.
It's so weird because in our minds we think, well, that if we don't care, then we're going to lose them. Like, we don't try to fix everything, we're going to lose them. But really just taking care of yourself and focusing on your own needs as a woman is very powerful. And then obviously, if you really think about it, if they leave and you're being your authentic self, then that's not the person for you. Yeah. But it's hard to keep yourself in
like,
that.
Energy wise, you're caring about them and then you're pushing them away. Like, you're like, you caring too much and trying to change them, fix them, help them. They're going this way. But if you care more about yourself, then they're chasing you. And that's the healthy dynamic with a guy and female. You want them to be pursuing you because they need to see you as the prize. They'll only change if they think you're the prize. They're going to, if you're allowing them to be shitty, they're going to just keep continuing to be shitty because she keeps on reaching out. She keeps trying to work on the relationship. Like, whatever I'm doing is working. I don't need to try that hard.
It's so fucked up.
Yeah. But I was learning the opposite for men, which was so fascinating.
What was the opposite for men?
Because men, their natural gift is pursuing, making plans, making a girl feel safe, all that stuff. Theirs is action. So a man should take that away when a woman is being like shitty, when a woman's like not really like replying, or like doesn't really try to make plans, or keeps flaking on plans and things like that. The hottest thing a man could do is stop pursuing. Like, that is more attractive, and know he's high value. Be like, give her like some type of high value answer of like, no, okay, how about I get back to you when you have more time to talk, or whatever. If she's giving you one word answers, things like that. But like, the hottest thing a man does is takes that away, because if he keeps on trying to make dinner plans with you, or keeps trying to do things when you're like barely texting him, you're like, this guy's so annoying. It's like not hot. But the reverse is like attractive.
Yes. What's really interesting that I've been like going into, because me and Tasha love to heal ourselves and figure out where our wounds are coming from.
What's wrong with me?
What is wrong with me? Everything. And that's why we have this podcast.
It's our therapy.
A really interesting, and I'm very transparent, thankfully, on this podcast. I really say it all. But like, one of the dynamics that I've been in, and I'm really trying to figure it out, like if it's healthy and stuff, and just trying to get to a place where it can be healthy, is something I realized is when I was growing up, our dad was really strict. And you already know this, but I'm telling the audience because I'm not telling you, because you know. He was very strict. And even when we did things that were good, he critiqued it. And then obviously, of course, when we did things that weren't good, he really critiqued it. And we felt like we felt like never good enough, never, always had to fight for approval, love, whatever, to make him feel satisfied with us being what he envisioned us to be, what a good girl looks like. And so that goes into me being a fixer, trying to fix someone else's emotions to see me correctly. Like, oh no, I'm really this way, and oh, you saw it that way? No, let me fix that. Like, I'm not like that until I fall in love with you. I'm like, I love me before because I don't care. The moment I care, I become this person. And then the person that I've been dating, he's literally feeds my wound, because his wound, even though he still doesn't see it, but I feel like I see it, is that he's scared of being abandoned. So he's constantly watching for me to fuck up, telling me areas that I'm doing things wrong to protect himself from being abandoned. Like, okay, she doesn't care about me. She did this. So he's critiquing me, but that's what my dad did. Yeah. So now I'm in this
They say you
wound.
mirror your parents in the craziest way.
So I'm in this wound of like trying to be good enough,
My good
and he
girl
keeps
now?
critiquing me, giving me anxiety. So
And
now
nothing's ever good enough.
Nothing's ever good enough. But he's just trying to be on hypervigilance for where I could fuck up. And I see it now so clearly. And I said this to him, and he's like, "No, he's like, you're just telling me things that I need to fix." I'm like, I don't know how that you're seeing it that way. I'm just showing you how our wounds are playing out. So we'll see. To be
And
continued.
that's what's cool to say is like, I'm not telling you what to fix in myself. I'm just showing you something that I saw. But then also for yourself to be like, oh, okay, you almost have to release the need to be that good girl for someone. Like,
it's so hard.
oh, trust me, I had to go deep into that
Like,
one too.
it's so hard, because I've been dealing with it a lot lately, because we broke up for a little and then we started talking again, and then it came back, these wounds. And I was like at his house, and he's like packing, and one of like his girlfriends, well, his roommate's best girlfriend, she was there, and I was in the closet, and he's like a little prince, so like things need to be done how he likes it, and I'm that way too.
Yeah.
I told you
You're
that,
dating
which is
yourself.
weird. I'm like the princess usually, but like depending on our moods, depends who has
Tara
to get
gets
it.
to see a reflection of herself in the
I
person
get to
she's
see
dating.
that what
She's
I
like,
was.
oh, this is what I'm like.
Yes, I talked to her about it. I'm like, damn, I'm really seeing myself in this person. A lot of my shit that I did. But anyways, so he's packing, and I said, I'm like, how could I help you? Like, what shirts can I start like putting in your bag? Like, we were just starting. The luggage was empty. And then he doesn't listen to me. His roommate and the girl are just like chatting. He's like being funny, whatever. And then I'm like, okay, so I need to go to the bathroom. I'm on my period. I have to change my pad. That's what I'm thinking. I go to the bathroom. And next thing I hear, Claudia's helping me. Oh, shit, I said her name. This person's helping me. Like, the girl's helping him. To cut out her name. This person's helping me. Like, you're not helping me. And I'm like, I'm literally in the bathroom.
Walked away for 2 seconds, bro.
So I come back, and I'm feeling bad that he didn't hear me. I said I was happy to help. So now I feel like I'm in trouble. That's like that's the core
dynamic.
wound. Like, I'm a kid again, and I'm in trouble.
Papa.
He didn't see me properly. So now I'm all like in this anxious state. I'm like, how can I help you? But now I feel like it looks fake. Like, now I'm helping because it looks like I'm just helping because she's helping. So now it feels
But you could say it in a cute way, like, hey, like, I did earlier say that I was going to help you. I love you.
If it
I
didn't
just went to the
trigger me, I
bathroom."
think I would have said it nicely.
Yeah.
But the problem is we're playing out each other's triggers.
Yeah, so
it
you're
puts
like,
me in an
"Fuck
anxious
you."
state. I can't be normal. If this wasn't a trigger for me, I'd be like, bro, I just told you I'd help you. Come on. Like, you didn't hear me. That's fine. What would you like? But because it's making me, like, I'm not myself.
Ew, and that's so dad too, to like guilt shame. Like,
He wasn't even saying
no,
it
not in a
mean.
mean way, but it's like the little picking on you, but it's like in a because
Yes,
that's
it's
like
so
a
annoying.
Persian
That's our
thing.
dad.
I see that in Persians all the time. They're like, oh, you didn't do this, and I'm just like, fuck off. Like, I know you're trying to make it seem like you're joking around, but you're not joking around.
You mean it. Exactly.
Yeah, I
Deep
hate
down,
that.
he means it.
You mean
He
it.
said it nicely, so I can't critique how he said it.
Yeah.
But deep down, I know he's thinking, wow, she doesn't care about me. This girl
Lazy.
cares about me way more than her, and I'm not even dating this girl. Like, that's what he's thinking.
Yeah.
So there's just like so many things that like are triggering my wound, and they're such small things that are stupid. They're stupid, but then they lead to other big things. So anyways, I've been really going through this dynamic lately.
Did you go into that exact one yet, or no?
I explained it to him later.
No, I mean in EMDR therapy.
Oh, no.
Oh, it'd be cool to say, like, why did this exact one come up? Or in the NLP, it's so sick, so it'll take you back to the exact memory that made that situation happen. So then when you release that, you don't have this dynamic coming up so much.
I'm just so excited. Like, one thing I'm like counting the days until is I had this guy on my podcast, and he's like extremely spiritual. And I told him afterwards, like when the cameras were off, I'm like, we somehow got on the topic of ayahuasca. I'm like, yeah, my sister just got back from ayahuasca. She's, blah, blah, blah. It's changed her life.
Pretty,
and
confident.
then he's like, oh, I've tried ayahuasca a bunch of times. I've tried, forget the other one, paleo or whatever. I don't know. No, something with a P, the frog one.
Yeah.
Oh, there's something else. Peyote. That was it. Peyote. And he's like, nothing has worked as good as this healer that I met in Costa Rica. She's helped me release all my traumas, all these things. And I'm like, give me this girl's number now. Because I'm too scared to do ayahuasca because I'm scared of being under the influence at that level and not having control. I have a fear of not being in control. I found that out too. So I can't do anything where I'm not under the influence or I'm scared I'm going to like lose myself. So she does it all like naturally. So call this lady, she's going to come. And what she basically does, which is so cool, is I was reading, so I learned about her, got on a call with her, didn't really quite understand what she was saying. But then what was interesting is right after that, and I just feel like the universe sends you, like, drops you little seeds in your life to be like, go this way. And right after that, we were going to our trip to Greece, and I always buy a book. I books before I go on a plane. I know it's like reading on a plane. And I bought 2 books, and the other book was the one that I was like, I want to read that on the plane. I'm like searching everywhere, trying to find this book, could not find it. And then I'm like, damn it. And I saw the Joe Dispenza book, Becoming Supernatural, there. And I was like, damn it, I don't want to read that book. I want to read this book. And I'm looking the whole house. And then even the day of with the flight, could not find it. And I'm like, whatever, I grabbed the Joe Dispenza book, go on the plane, read it, start crying. Wow, so powerful, beautiful, changed my life. And then one of the chapters explained exactly what she was telling me that she does. And then I'm like, damn, this is crazy. So basically what she does is we have our cerebral cortex, which is running through our nervous system, and it's like the electricity that lights up our entire nervous system and makes things work. So like when I want to move my arm, it's like the electricity to move my arm and like powers your whole entire body, actions, thoughts, whatever. So all of us are programmed since a child by our nervous system. So a lot of ours are stuck in certain trauma states that our nervous system experienced, and we didn't process that correctly. So what's happening, and obviously don't quote me, do your own research because I am new to this too, but something about, she said to me on the call, our cerebral cortex fluid is supposed to flow through us way more like quickly, but a lot of them, because of so much traumas and not releasing these things and so forth and doing the correct healings, it's going slowly. So we're healing ourselves slower, we're aging quicker, all these things. But if you actually like speed back up your cerebral cortex fluid, you can like shed a lot of like your traumas and pains and yourself being stuck in those states. And so when he, for an example, critiques me, it's triggering my nervous system back into a fight or flight state. And I'm viewing the situation, a small comment of, well, she's helping me, but you're not, as I'm like
Life
a bad kid.
Yeah.
I can't even talk normal. Like a normal person would just be like, laugh. What do you want? We want this in the bag? Cool.
Yeah.
Doesn't even think
Not
about
phased,
it.
yeah.
But I'm triggered. I can't be normal now because I'm back as my little kid not being good enough. So I'm so excited to see this lady. And anyone that wants to learn this or do some kind of healing, Joe Dispenza does this at his retreats, I found out. He helps you wire your cerebral cortex fluid so that you can release a lot. So I had some friends, that was so interesting, a bee, sorry. A way weird thing with the bee. There's like a bee flying right here the whole time. Anyways, I have a weird thing with bees. So at my window.
Spirit animal.
Yeah, it is. So anyone that wants to release these things, Joe Dispenza is actually doing it at his retreats. And it's interesting because he doesn't talk about it like so like out there on videos and podcasts and so forth enough. And I think it's because it sounds kind of like woo woo. But when you go to his retreat, he's like, all right, let's dive deep and let's release some shit. Because I had 2 girlfriends that went to it, and they are like so different since they came back. They're like meditating every single day for hours. And I was just like, wow, that's so cool.
And so, healing their bodies.
Healing their bodies. Like, yeah, so much stuff. So now I have this like strong knowing that that is going to help me reset a lot of stuff. And what's interesting is like, once you release that stuff, you might not even be attracted to that type of relationship anymore. Or it could make you know how to be balanced in that type of relationship. You never know what you're going to get. But like the best thing is about doing these types of things is like, you see things more clearly. You're not getting pulled to things based off your childhood wounds. You're not reacting based off your childhood wounds. You're like seeing things for what they are, and you can more so establish like, is this relationship healthy, or is this dynamic healthy, or is it not, and so forth, right?
And I've seen where too, like the more I heal certain things in even my relationship, I was always thinking like, oh, I need to help him fix those things. He needs to work on that. I need to work on this. But instead, when I just healed my own things, it almost didn't trigger him in that negative way anymore. So you're actually healing for both of you, which is cool. Like you don't fully heal for them. They have to do their own journey, but at least the dynamic between you doesn't play out the way it does, because then you won't be reactive on stuff. So you're just going to be like, I'm not triggered by the things that I normally would be. So it's not an argument. Like you become more emotionally regulated.
Because I know in those moments, for anyone that can relate to this, my immediate reaction is to fix and show that I am good enough, that I didn't mean it that way. I'm sorry, you're seeing me that way. This is how I meant it. That you see me properly. Because if I don't get someone to see me properly, then I'm scared of being emotionally abandoned.
But then he's seeing that as like, why is she like defending herself so much? And then it's not feeling real or authentic.
Yeah, so the better thing to do when he's seeing me incorrectly is just be like, all right.
You're like, and I'm gonna go. No, but like how a person who wasn't triggered would answer it. Like,
how would I answer
like
it?
A high, like, like, hey, silly, I told you earlier that I was gonna help you with that. I just went to the bathroom. I'm here. Don't worry. Like you just like fuck around with them back, like you're joking, and you're just not fazed by him.
And then he
if
would
you emotionally get triggered by someone, then they have like that power over you. Then it's like a weird dynamic, because then they want to combat with you too. But when you're not offended by anything that they say because you're not triggered by it.
Oh, what a dream.
Yeah. That's what happens over time when we're healing. You do on those things. That's why I don't even care about my partner's healing anymore. I only do mine, because I'm like, things come up in our relationship and I'm like, oh, that's a me thing. And I just always go like, okay, I'm just going to work on it for me. If I just take care of myself, they either like, yes, you can have that thing where you outgrow a partner, but that's if you were like going, like if they were really unhealed. Or they want to measure up to like where you are, because if they see like how well you're doing, you're unfazed by anything, they're just the ones that are getting triggered by everything. Over time, they're gonna be like, all right, it's a me thing. I probably need to work on that.
Yeah, that's cool. That sounds like a dream. I would have already done ayahuasca by now, based off how much you've healed. So anyone that's not scared of it, like, wow. But
I really fixed my like attachment styles too.
Yeah.
That was wild. But you can do that with NLP as well.
Yeah, and you don't have to do any of that stuff. You could do it naturally. I strongly believe that, but
I ripped the Band-Aid off.
It is a lot of work. So basically, now being in your 30s and dating, we'll tie this back. It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
To decide what things are healthy, what dynamics aren't healthy. Also, like, of course, the easier thing for me is to just run away from this dynamic. But then it's also like, if I don't heal this, I'm just going to attract it in the next relationship.
The same partner again,
yeah. So it's
just different things.
Yeah. So it's good for me to face this wound and be like, all right, why am I getting so triggered by you? Why? Like,
especially if you're still attracted to them, because if you're attracted to them, that means there's probably a trauma thing that's still playing out. But if you completely lose attraction for someone, then don't keep trying to play out a dynamic.
Yeah.
Like, you're probably not.
Oh, yeah. I don't think you would want
No,
to.
but I'm just saying some people still like try to be like, okay, let's try to make it work or whatever. But if it's like not even. Anyways.
Yeah, because maybe that's your. Are you saying that's like your?
Some people settle for like people in a relationship where they're like, I don't know if I can get better than this, so I'm just gonna stay with this person, even though they know it's not right for them. It's like, don't try to play out that dynamic.
Because you're basically saying that that your attraction level to someone, that if you keep getting pulled to them, it's because it's your soul knowing there's something here that needs to be.
Yeah, it could be like a trauma bonding where it's like you're attracted to them in an unhealthy way, like they're triggering something unhealthy that's sparking like this huge attraction. Or you could just be like the normal attraction is more like it ebbs and flows. Like you're into them, and then sometimes they do really cute things, and then you just have like a love for them, but it's not like those really high ones. That's probably like a trauma bond.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, okay, they're like peaking that. That's a little different. There's like,
that's the theory I'm trying to play is like, okay, can those relationships turn into a healthy relationship
if each partner is
working on something to heal the relationship.
The best thing can do is just heal yourself.
I know.
It's like how they say with the oxygen mask, they're like, put on your own before helping someone else, because you can't take care of someone else if you don't take care of yourself. So it's just like, no, work on yourself.
It's not even fun helping them.
No, and it's draining. My life is so much better once I stop taking care of a man. Like, you are actually just becoming more and more unattracted to them. Like, they're not into you because you're acting like their mom. So it's like the worst thing you could do. I have so much more energy. Like, so the old Tosh, like, used to be like worried about my relationship all day long, to like a weird, like, obsessive, because I already am a dating coach too, so I'm even more like psycho, where I would analyze, oh, what did he say? Oh, he answered that funny. Oh, let me play out this. Play out our futures together. Now let me see what, like, my I just like go way too, and I'm thinking about every little scenario, and if he says this, I'm gonna say this, and ooh, I need to make sure I say this. I'm gonna write this down, and I'd be writing out like essays of notes I'm gonna make sure are like done. And I was like, dude, exhausting. All day long, and playing out scenario, like talking to your friends. Like, I know you get advice from other people. Yeah. I'm more in my head, but it's just like such a waste. I have so much more energy to focus on things that I actually care about now. Wow. Since I stopped putting my energy into them and put it back into myself. And he likes me more and is treating me the way that I want to be treated way more, because I'm the prize now. Like, it's wild. I was like night and day, because he was starting to become the prize for a little bit when I was like mothering him, and he's just like, damn, this bitch is obsessed with me.
she really cares. Yeah, I know, it's so crazy. Like, you cannot play out that dynamic in a relationship between a man and a woman. Like, you have to focus on yourself. Obviously, that's going to trigger some guys that are listening, but it's more so just like, you're not even going to like me if you won't
love me,
because it's natural for a man to chase and a woman to attract. That is our like core,
because
masculine and feminine energy. Yeah, like they like to feel like they're like gaining a prize, they're achieving, and a woman likes to feel like attracting, I'm receiving, like,
because if you think about it, for like a man, it's like, you won't want a woman that's like putting you before every single thing in her life. Like, she doesn't even hang out with her friends anymore, she doesn't have a life besides you, she's like needing all your attention and validation, she doesn't have like anything that makes her happy throughout the day. Like, you don't
or like it turns into the mothering one, where you're trying to she's constantly telling you, oh, you didn't eat today, or why did you do that, or did you see how you did that? Well, maybe you should do this. Like, you've seen those relationships.
Or tries to help you with your career.
Because she's obsessive with thinking about you all the time. And so now you feel like, suffocated in the relationship. So guys don't want that. So even though it sounds triggering, you like don't want that relationship. But that's what it leads to if we don't heal ourselves and focus on ourselves and get back into the receiver mode and the feminine energy, which is like the most balanced place you could be for a healthy relationship, is when you're in that and he's in this, and then it's like you guys are both like having this dance of ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yeah. It's the hottest. Like, my favorite relationship is our aunt and uncle in England.
Oh my gosh, we talk about this all the time.
She has so much respect for him. They have the mutual respect going on, where like, because she like praises him. She's like, oh, he made me tea, he brought me breakfast in bed, and like is praising him from other people, like just saying cute things about him, always, never putting him down.
I don't think I've I know. I have never heard her say one thing about our uncle.
Not at all.
She's always a little, not even a centimeter of a diss. Like not, did that she wrong. Speaks Nothing. So highly of him.
Everything he does lets him do his thing. And then he treats her like a fucking queen. Like, just, she was talking about how, like, with her friends, like, she was like, I wasn't trying to brag, but he makes her breakfast every morning and, like, brings her flowers and, like, all this stuff. And she's just like, oh, that's just normal. Like, I don't leave my bed until my husband brings me a cup of tea. Like, I'm used to that. But it's because of their dynamic. He wants to pursue her. He wants to treat her that well because she's being in her queen energy. She's not, like, so needy for him.
Exactly.
Outside of
me
herself.
And Tasha, anytime we're with them, we're like,
Dream.
I want this relationship. It's so healthy.
So
Damn
cute.
it. It's the most, I can't think of a healthier relationship I've ever seen in my
I'm
life.
happy that I got to see one.
Yeah, that's what we said. We were in the car with them one day and we were looking at each other like, damn. Like we were driving on this is in England because our family's all in England, so they're British. But she's like, they're like driving on the freeway and he missed the exit and he's like, oh shoot, I missed the exit. And it's like everyone's tired. We're trying to get home and it's dark outside. And she's like, it's okay, honey. You're gonna get the next one. And like they're just like so calm with each other. We're like, Jesus,
So
like
adorable.
you're
Like not even a snap. Like
not even a hint of a snap.
No.
Like there's just they never.
No.
They're
It's
so good
cute.
together. Damn.
Emotionally regular. But what's cool is, you know, they didn't do crazy years of therapy. Like they just like some people that's why it just shows you like there is that it factor where when someone knows their role in the relationship, it can work out. Like, and if you're emotionally regulated, because you can tell they do not get like heated or like they're very like calm.
I just have never seen that again. So I just like, how rare is it?
Yeah.
Jesus.
You must have been loved as a child.
Like, yeah, you clearly were raised right.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's interesting how him out of all the brothers,
And he's the oldest.
yeah, he's the oldest
Yeah.
out of my dad's brothers. And yeah,
Because usually the oldest is the most fucked up because we're the like training kid. So he did great.
he did great. And she's amazing.
So cute.
She's such a sweet, loving soul. And so, yeah, I just think it's like the perfect dynamic. Wow. It really throws me off. throws me off.
Because the worst, like we've seen the opposite where you see those relationships where the woman is always feeling like the man isn't putting enough effort and that she's always snapping at him and putting him down in front of other people and just being like, and like trying to get others' opinions on their relationship, sharing like way too much and like, and you could just see the man going more and more just into himself and not even listening to her when she's making digs at him in public or whatever. Like, it's just so sad to see the opposite. I'm like, it's heartbreaking.
And it's like sad because like neither one is like a bad person
one's
in that
bad.
relationship. The difference in that one is like she's feeling
Fear.
a lot of fear. So she's trying to fix him in order to feel safe. And he is feeling emasculated. He's feeling unsafe in the relationship. So he's not going to try.
He's just like, also he stops trying because everything he does is wrong. So why is he going to keep trying if she's always going to nitpick? So it's like a
it's so
horrible
depressing.
dynamic. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that one a lot.
Yeah. That one's wild.
That's why I always get it's interesting if I see really quickly like the power dynamic in a relationship. I know some relationships where like females naturally like they pick the man where they can walk all over them because they feel safer in that relationship, but then
Which
you
is
know
sad
how it
too.
plays out.
Yeah. Because they also like never fully, the man doesn't feel fully desired either, which is like, then he's like trying to chase her all the time, but in an unhealthy way.
And then the woman's gonna over time not be attracted to him.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So,
Anyways, it's a lot of different.
so healing is great.
Yeah, like our whole like
That was my favorite thing because even with EMDR therapy, when I started healing my dad wounds, a lot of that is the dad wounds, then I attracted, because before that, the men that I attracted were always because of our childhood wound when we were little. When she was born, I had 3 years before her. So I was with my parents getting all the love. And then she was born. And then she had health issues where she was crying a lot. And they didn't know what was wrong with her. But they were giving her full attention because she like needed it. She was always crying out for like love and help. But they didn't know how to help her. So I was just like, okay, my parents ditched me. Like, they don't really love me. They like her more than me now. Like, and I was just always assuming that. So I always dated men where I always felt like they weren't giving me... They always made me not feel like good enough in a way. Like I didn't like the men that were like so into me and like loving and sweet. I was like, weird. I only know people that don't think that I'm that great or whatever. Like I was just like not enough. So I always thought I had to earn it. And like, being a good girl, like I have to be the best girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. So I was always trying to earn it. And then when I released that wounding of like not feeling chosen, I attracted someone who's like completely the opposite. Princess treatment, treats me the best I've ever been treated in my life. But just going into like EMDR healing to see where it came from was fucking wild. So I'm just saying there's hope.
There's no, no, because that's like why, and I've been thinking about this a lot lately, and I think I've said it on some of my TikTok videos, but like choosing a partner is the most important thing you can ever do in your entire life. It's going to
your
affect
health.
you so much. It's going to rub off on you so much. It's going to affect your health, your friendships, your personal life with yourself, how you feel about yourself, as well as your work life. Everything is going to be affected by this person because it's the person you spend the most time with. So to be like laxative on like, oh, maybe he's the one, or I see all these red flags, but like whatever, like you really need to get to a place where you feel safe and calm, and your nervous system, you can see that you can deal with life problems with them. You guys come together instead of attacking each other. Like there's a lot of big pivotal things you need to go through before you choose, like, is this the person I'm going to marry and spend my life with and have kids with? And it's hard because of a lot of us where we have these dynamics and it's feeding some kind of wound in us. So we're attracted to it, we're feeding it, we don't know why, we can't let go of it, all these things. But it just takes like stopping in those moments, reflecting, having alone time, doing the healing, doing the self-discovery, and then showing up. I'm not always saying, I'm now a big believer in like, you don't have to run from the relationship. You don't have to say, oh, I can't be in this, you're toxic, whatever, because some of these things are a mirror for you to reflect and heal. And maybe you'll get to a place where now you've healed it, like we said, and you're not as triggered. And so now you can have a healthier relationship, or you're going to see that you're no longer attracted to it anymore. So it's an opportunity. Every trigger is an opportunity to go deep within you and see what it is that you have still not healed.
Yeah.
And that's why relationships are so beautiful, but they're so important.
Yeah. And I think also knowing too on your journey, like you can, because you were explaining how like some relationships, like maybe you aren't supposed to let go of or things like that, but you know, like deep down that person is like pretty healthy on like the main things, like how he treats you and things like that.
Yes.
We're talking about like not letting, like let go of the ones that are like very toxic and like not in like a good healthy state. Like your well-being is not okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Good
Just
point.
to like make that, because I was dating people in the beginning where like I would be embarrassed now, the guys that I was attracting before I was like doing the healing. I was like allowing treatment where like I was in that when I lived with someone, he was like just so controlling to the point of where like my sister lived with us, I couldn't even go and hang out with her in his room or in her room and chat with her because he'd get jealous and be like, why are you leaving me alone? Why are you hanging out with her for so long? I'm like, just, I couldn't have girlfriends.
He
like,
was
go
so
hang out with
insecure
girls.
about everyone around her, even me.
Yeah, my own sister.
I wasn't allowed to have a relationship with you.
Yeah, so I'm saying if it's that toxic, yes, that's probably some wounding that you need to heal within yourself, but yeah.
But I even think that, like, I have so much more grace for those types of things now because, like a lot of us can, like, judge ourselves or not want to tell people that they're in that relationship, or also not know fully if it is toxic when you're in it, you know?
Yeah,
So I
'cause
think
it
even
happens slowly over
yeah, I think even having more, like, grace with yourself and reflecting and then putting your hand on your chest and say, what am I feeling right now when you're alone with yourself? Like, am I feeling anxiety? Am I feeling uncomfortable in my own skin? Am I not feeling safe? Like, being okay to, like, know that this relationship is in your life for a reason, and you can use this as an opportunity to grow and to reflect and to take those steps into self-discovery. And why, if you don't feel safe, why are you in this? Like, and asking yourself those questions.
I think the best thing I ever did was seeing, like, because I just am so big on manifestation. I'm like, okay, whatever I'm attracting, just see it as like a video game almost. Like, oh, okay, this person is being hurtful to me. Why did I attract this? And almost like just seeing it as like, okay, that's something maybe I need to heal within myself. Like, just see them as a mirror. Like, the world is reflecting things to you. And if you ignore them, they get worse. But if you actually do the work to try to heal it, to like stop those situations from happening, then it's like you're going the right direction. Because the best thing I learned from that toxic relationship was boundaries. I had no boundaries. I was just like a people pleaser. And then he showed me how to like fucking stand up for myself. So it was like the best thing that ever happened to me. But could I have gotten out of that situation a little sooner? That would have been great.
Yeah, exactly. Like, every relationship is like a tool for your growth in life. And sometimes some of us just play out that lesson way too long.
Yeah.
And it's like relationships scare me sometimes because I'm like, damn, they really are like hard, and then when you're in love, it's really hard to to leave. He's so cute, and this is the true love of my life. So
Really, though.
I'm really okay.
In your 30s, the biggest thing that I ever focused on was societal pressures, like even like having kids at a certain time. Like when I went through like even that fear of thinking I need to have kids at a certain time and then putting pressure on my partner and like wanting to rush hurry up and get married, and I'm like, but I don't even want to. So it was like annoying. I'm gonna put that pressure onto him, and I don't even know if I want to marry him yet, like right now or what. I was like, why am I forcing it? Like, of course he's not into it. So when I went into those, like you can go with EMDR healing and things like that and release, because a lot of it is programming from like movies, TV shows, like your upbringing, people around you. When you release all that programming, that's like fucking huge. Like whenever, especially being in your 30s, like like I hate the stuff of like, oh, like you're aging quickly, so you're not going to be as attractive. I was like, I'm my most attractive in my 30s. Like I went up. The more healing I did, I like got prettier, which was nice. So I was like, there's benefits. But any insecurities that you have that are coming up, it just means there's some programming in there that needs to be reprogrammed.
I love that. And that's so true. And then yeah, it's like you're not even going to be happy if you force everything. And you really, like you're saying, you really just need to ask yourself in those moments, like, am I really wanting a kid right now? Like, Tara, be honest. I really don't. There's no part
Or if there's like a crazy urge, like I've seen girls that want one so bad, but they also like don't have anything else going, like nothing that they're excited about in their life.
Yeah.
So they're trying to have a kid to make themselves happy.
Yeah, they're trying to fulfill a piece of them that's really trying to ignore the fact that they're not fully satisfied in their life. And also like the way you have the kid and the way you have the healthy relationship is when you're not forcing it, when you're more in the state of flow and trusting the universe. I had an episode on this previously about the balance of giving and receiving, and you're always, a lot of us are always in one, we're either over giving or we're not receiving properly. So if you're in over giving, it's because you're not trusting the universe to receive. And if you're in non-receiving, it's because you're not trusting yourself that you can like gain something. So you're not doing. So you're either in one or the other, a lot of us, and we need a balance.
Doing is masculine and receiving is feminine, which is wild.
So we have to like constantly think about like, am I more in my receiving mode or am I more in my giving? And like, you'll know based off how you feel. Like you'll either feel drained because you're over giving, or you'll feel unfulfilled and lost if you're not giving enough. Yeah. And so if you're not giving, that made me think of a woman that's just like wanting to have a kid in a relationship so much. They're not giving enough to their goals or their dreams or things that they can have in their life for themselves so that they can receive the relationship and those things at the right time.
Yeah.
You know?
I love that because I've always seen the other way around, but I haven't seen that way. Where it's like I was over giving, but I didn't know how to be in my receiver mode. Actually, no, I guess you just said that, but I was definitely not in my receiver mode in any way, where I was only attracting men who couldn't even like provide or anything like that. So yeah, it's wild. You really do need to balance that.
Yeah. So this was a good episode. I'm now popping over to Tasha's episode. She is such a good dating coach, as you see. Anytime I'm going through dating situations, I give my dating coach a call. And I say, what the fuck is happening? So that will be a good episode. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We'll be back next week. Tell them where they can find you.
I'm at Tosh 9 p.m. And for my girl advice, it's Real Tosh.
Wolf, tell them where they can find you.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week. As you know, I come back every single Tuesday. It means so much to me. I can't explain enough. When you guys comment on the videos, when you share this with someone that needs it, if this resonated with you and you share this video, I adore you. I love you. You are the reason I'm here today. You help me so much every time you share this content, and you're helping somebody else too. And that's the giving to the universe, and that love that you're giving to me is only going to come back to you, and I appreciate it so much. Please subscribe, and I will see you next Tuesday. You can find me on all social media platforms, Tara Electra, and the podcast Billion Dollar Babie. I'll see you next week.